G'day, welcome to, oh, let's pause this quickly, session 66 of my oxygen not included. Let's just deconstruct that wall. No, let's cancel that deconstruction. What we're going to do is just cancel everything now. Alright, so thank you to those that commented again on my previous video. So the first thing, our infinite storage. So obviously, as you can see, as I've just changed it, one deep is what one wide is what we want. And it's the automatic dispensers that I need to be chucking on there. Where do they live? There we go. So I assume that they sit facing the hole. And I would then also assume that what we need to do is let's build plastic ladders up either side. Okay, so firstly what we need to do is just make sure that we have everything correct here. So they should be set to sweep only. All. No, so we'll go all, but I assume we don't want things that. No, sorry, we definitely don't want things that are stinky or will have issues by not being inside something. So, bleachstone. Is that one of the ones I wrote down? Yep, bleachstone. Get rid of that. Probably eggs in general. We don't want in there. Plain dirt should be fine. They should be fine. If you see anything that I don't tick, definitely let me know. Ice, polluted ice, snow, carbon dioxide, anything of those. Glass we don't want in there. Organics we don't want. We don't want dirt in there as well, actually. That was on my list. I'll leave that. Dirt out of there. They look alright. Seeds. Seeds was on my list. One more thing. Regolith? I haven't seen that. Scroll back up quickly to make sure that I've... Regolith. Alright, there we go. So, and this is definitely one time I appreciate the copy settings button. This is crazy. Thank you to those that did offer the suggestion, because this was actually a 50-50 split. Two people said, we'll just put, you could put airflow tiles? No, the mesh tiles around this to stop those guys being able to get sucked into that. And then two other people said they can't get sucked into it, so don't worry. So, good news, we don't have to worry about that at all. Next up, we will get power to these two bad boys. So we'll just go straight up both. Cancel that one. So I guess they don't need necessarily see, stuff's already getting put in them, so I guess they don't necessarily need power anyway. Alright, cool. So there we go. Thank you for the suggestions with that one. There was suggestions as well on potentially there are other seeds that I've got that I could possibly feed to these guys. Specifically named, they were Mirth Leaf. We've only got 13 of those. And what's the other one? Balm Lily. 144. So possibly we could I mean, there's the flowers. We've only got 22 of the seeds. But I don't see me using algae for anything else. And I've got 10 tons of that. So I would say those guys should be happy for a while. Someone did point out that the... is it the Pacu fillet? There's a baby little Pacu in there. Where was I looking? I did see an exotic Pacu. I don't recall where he was anymore. Someone pointed out that there might have been an egg in there with him. But it was off this way, but I don't quite recall where. mean, there are plenty of other parkours around. It was also suggested, actually, that algae was a better way to go because algae is better for taming them. So, algae is another justified reason. Someone did ask a question whether I was going to pick up all the ice. Storage unavailable. Oh, it's because that's not right. Okay. I always forget that it does that. Someone questioned the temperature of this. That this is going to be... Not that one, actually. This is going to be hot. So it's dangerous game pumping that into here. Actually, I already paused on that guy because he isn't actually meant to be going at the moment. He's just meant to be claiming all this water from down there. At the moment, this is so cold, this water, that it doesn't seem like that's a problem, the temperature. Also, thank you to those that said that I can have clear water just go through a water sieve. It doesn't have any issue with it. It's just sort of basically takes up electricity. That's the only downside to it. So with this guy, let's set up a system like this one. So we want... Copy that. Chuck him there. Yeah, there's fine. We'll grab that guy. Copy him and put him... Can we flip him around? Yeah, good. We'll put him there. Then what we'll do is we'll put an automation wire straight up, straight across. Make the 3. And cool, I can just copy settings to get that guy going. So basically it'll just be, if that's not hitting that third thing, then it won't pump. Yeah, so the question mark on whether this is going to be too hot. I was wondering, is there anything I can actively do to actually cool this down? I mean, I realize that it's inside a cold biome, which should help some at least, surely. But is there anything else that I should be doing? Is it because I can totally see the concern that this will just gradually get warmer and warmer over time as this guy continues to sort of pump, and then what will happen is he will and then this will slowly get hotter and hotter, and then that will be a problem. Now I can see for the most part that these are now empty. Is that a thing that happens? Do they actually are they actively putting stuff in here? Like, is that a condition that anything you've got should be going into an automatic dispenser? I mean, I'm glad to see that they are just sort of running around picking up absolutely everything now. That's definitely makes me happy. Let's just ask them to sort of move all that debris into storage too. See, there's another egg up there, but there's only... What have we got these reserved for? It's stone hatchling, smooth hatchling, Lusty Draco, so we've only got availability for the one. That's fine. Good work, girls. Okay, let's have a review of how we're doing. Space station. Need a new analysis. So why is that grayed out at the moment? Just because I currently don't have the resources to make anything? No fabrics queued. How much iron do I have sitting there now? Is that what we were doing there? We're just making a whole lot of iron? 3 tons of iron. But I needed to make lime too, didn't I? Or did I already make my lime? Let's get... Seems like I'm at a real deficiency for the iron use here. It's alright, let's get some steel made. Move into the steel age. You are freaking out, buddy. nice amount of water in there, but that's because someone down here was still pumping, weren't they? Moved over here. Let's go. He's got a fair bit still to go in there too. Definitely not mad about that, because I mean, this room can basically get all the way up to here, so there's a lot more water that it can take. Let's get a bit more refined carbon going. We'll get all these guys doing some ceramic. I mean, let's actually probably just go the other way, right? How much ceramic are we going to need? Just ask all of them to do 50. Why 50? I don't know. It's just the most awkward number to get to, I suppose, in this list. It's genuinely 50 away from both ends. I can type in there. There we go. 432 cycles. And I can type in there. 69. What did I type in there? 69. Don't know what you're thinking is, buddy, but that's better. Yeah. Now, I mean, with the extra work here and going on with that, and basically the collection tasks that now will be all over the place, it does feel that these two need to be getting to graduation nice and soon. Where are we? Nails, how are you doing? I do want to stand by, though, 10. So she's almost there. And Camille, 8 as well. So good to see that we're both very close. So I can see that these storage bins are completely full while these storage bins are completely empty. Do I need to set the priority on this is higher? Like if I say these are a 7, does that mean that they are considered this is where things should be getting put as opposed to in these since these are 5s? Is there anything? There's limitations to what I had on these, right? Like, I guess refined metals aren't in there. And some polluted dirt and things. Cool. Alright, so what if I went into these and said, roll to the top and said, nothing. And then I went to this guy and said, nothing. This guy said nothing. And that guy and said nothing. Then what I could do is go to this guy and say copy settings and put them all back to what they were. And go to this guy, say nothing. Now does that mean that they will, does look like it, that they're going to now shift that to the other one? And I mean, we can just make the request. Someone clean up this mess. It's a real mind game, that one. Didn't really have any interest in making that, so I guess we're short on copper. It's, why am I zooming in there? Scroll. Alright. Yeah, there's a copper, so let's just do 1. It's good to see that this goes back to full. These are, do they all continue to fire? I don't remember where the automation goes in this one. So the automation goes to front, so that won't push anything. So all of the remaining water in there will still end up in this room. Someone help this poor thing out. This guy's going to go crazy. This episode, I now have to say, that contains flashing lights. Alright, let's request all that get moved to storage. Let's just, I guess, request that these liquid spills get mopped. I mean, probably those ones don't matter so much, actually. That's just part of our way things are moving. What do we want to do with these ones? Let's, we could probably mop that too. I don't think that we bother making these guys go down here to manually grab that. It can't be too much liquid. What it does mean, though, is that I could just, like, dig a hole here and have this water, just all of this water up here. Right egg. All this water up here can just, it's funny that someone's left a water bottle in there. I guess too, what's happening here, is anything up here melting? No, it's not, but if it was, it would be coming down here. Potentially making its way down there as well. I think we want the salt water coming down, but... Loud sleeper. That doesn't much matter because there's no one thing, but we don't have much science. Mirthleaf seeds, spicy tofu. Let's get some enjoyable food in here. It's really something to be told how many germs you've generated when you go to the bathroom. Steel, 300 kilos. Now, I guess this is just one question on build strategy here. Just interested to see what you think. Do I need more than one refinery? Should I have one refinery that is dedicated to making iron and one that's dedicated to making steel? Does it not matter? Is it unlikely that I'm going to be pounding along so fast in making it that I can just sort of happily shift back from one to the other? Is it a dangerous game to have two going at the same time in such close proximity? I mean, they don't have to be close to each other, but... Yeah, probably safe, sorry. Assume for now. Just leave it be. It's so funny that Camille's job is to walk from here to here to do exercise. I wonder if I should start to make, now that I'm getting a bit more plastic, I can, even though I don't need it for any achievement or anything, that I can start to sort of just have some fun making some transit tubes. So I guess that's a question that I can post here, because I'm happy to redesign portions of this. Is there anywhere that it would be worthwhile having my guys having access traveling to and from? Like, do I put a tube access here that then runs... I mean, it's more just the capacity of being able to fit the tube all the way on the inside. I do think that my build before, where I had the tube on the outskirts and that basically it went outside of the base to then swing you back in somewhere higher, that seemed to be pretty good. Here, like a tube, so have the tube come around. I mean, it would be expensive. Have the tube come around the outside of here and land there from here, or even there. There I might be able to swing a bit easier. Although, I recall I can't have it go straight into a right-hand turn, so... A lot of stuff sitting here too. Maybe I should just do a hunt around at the moment, just looking to see what stuff needs to go into storage. It would be interesting to go and see how long it has been that this crude oil has been sitting there, because it feels like it's been a long time. Speaking of a long time, these guys haven't done much. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong with these guys. I mean, I realize I've got so much crude oil that these two truly don't matter. But I would have thought that they'd done more than that. It doesn't look like that's changed for a long time either. There's a Glossy Draco. I'm not sure that much matters. Also 110. Is that a Glossy Draco egg? Let's grab that. Maybe I should just kill these, just the normal Dracos, the normies. Man, they've got a 28% chance of an egg. How many guys can I have in here? I mean, it's only going to be a 5th one, it's not a big deal. Wheezeworts. If I put Wheezeworts over here... My goodness, guys, are we still waiting for that copper? Anyone do the work here? I didn't even realize that I could actually put orders in for more than one thing at the same time. Let's cancel that then. Because I'm better off doing it over here then, aren't I? Yeah, because that's 100 goes in, 100 comes out. So let's do that. Let's put in more for this. I have 79 tons of it. So let's flip the other way here actually. Oh, what about if I just type it in? And I check my work. I don't understand that. I don't understand. Maybe I have to press enter or something. And then we can... The lime's being made. We're getting the carbon refined. We've got 2... It's probably the lime. I only need 10 kilos of lime, so that's 17 worth that we've already got. This is still filling up nicely. That was a recent move, wasn't it? So it's not surprising that it doesn't have power. I do wonder about if I was to start again, what the culture shock would be. What's the thing that I realize I don't just have easy access to? I think that it's been so long that I've sort of forgotten the tough life that it used to be. Athletics 13. Weren't we looking at that at 8 a moment ago? Or are you getting a bonus somehow? Thought we looked at both of you and you were 18. Well, guess what, Camille? Well, I won't cut you off at this point. If you're out of that room again, then congratulations, you've graduated from exercise. Still lots of stuff to be picked up. Let's actually just do a look over the... I wonder if... Can I just do a weird... Oh, I don't want to go from... why not? Let's go, like... Get everything cleaned up, fellas. Spring cleaning. Let's cancel some of those. Don't worry about those. All those. All those. Clean home is a happy home. Storage unavailable. Is a full. Just ice and snow. Assumably just ice. I thought there was a way that I can actually see what's in it. Doesn't much matter. Plastic's still going up nicely. Let's add steel to our list of constantly viewed. There we go, so the rocketry one is now lit up. So I assume what I need to do is put this on the ground, put this on top of that, and then put that on top of that. That's 500, that's 500, that's 2,000, that's 500, so... No, that's 200. 200, 200, and that's 2,000, so 2,600, and we can build a rocket. That's alarmingly close. I would imagine that the way that I do that is I build the rocket here somewhere. Maybe we go the other way. Build the rocket here, and then I suddenly I wait for a meteor shower, and then once the meteor shower's happened, then I dig up and then just make it all systems go. We need to dig out this area and make it a 9 priority and have them sort of just open up the top and then go. The other question would be if I'm having to send people off, who am I sending? Definitely not sending anyone that I've grown too attached to. I mean, that does not like sort of bode well for my confidence in the mission. Now, the oxygen down here is very hot. And it's hurting that room there. So, let's put some planter boxes there and there. And we'll put 2 more Wheezewort in there just to try and cool down the area below this. Hot everywhere down here. Certainly hotter on that side than this side. So maybe let's do that floor too. This is the thing I wonder about too, like, it does seem like some people are potentially idle. Now, Camille, that's right. Camille, you, before we do anything else, are no longer allowed in that room. I think she's moving at an acceptable pace now that she can join society. Still don't understand how you got to... It's back to 8. Right, so... No, there was... I'm not crazy. There must be something about not being in that room that... Or is it just the ladders or atmosphere or anything? I don't know. But... Let's get you back in there. We'll let you keep going for now. We'll cancel request for storage of those guys. They find where they are. How are we doing for glass? Do I need any more? Possibly not. Yeah, around here is still... We're still waiting for that copper. What sort of levels of copper have we got? Is it accessible? What do we want? Materials overlay. It would be great if I could just see what... I know we did the great iron hunt not that long ago. Do you have any copper around? There's heaps of iron. Was a way to zoom out further. Someone said it a while ago, a long while ago. Something like if I put the game into photo mode, control something, I can, we search this? There's a big brain thing there. Interesting. Where did this come from? Things you find when you're looking for... copper. Alright, so let's bring this guy down to... there. We go across. Try and avoid... we don't want to touch the... oil if we can avoid it, I suppose. Alright, back on our actual hunt. Wow. Don't mess around. Straight in there. Chips of lead, iron, diamond, lead, gold. Not that many colors, and they've used gold and lead using the same one. Copper. Is that the copper that it's referring to that's available? Let's dig out that stuff there. And then we will say move that into storage. Yeah, it looks like possibly that's where a lot of our copper is. Again, let's get rid of it or something, guys. Too many reds. A little bit of athletics. Allergic to floral scents. It's not going to help. Yeah. Why I always find it a little bit downing when I sort of say, alright, go pick up everything, guys. And then you see how long it takes for everything to be picked up. And you're like, oh, well. I suppose there's only, what, 12 of you and 2 of you are being forced to run in a circle all day. Is there anything I can do to sort of, like, otherwise get copper? I suppose the other answer would be, what is currently using copper? For example, there's a lot of my wiring or something using copper. So what if I just ripped up a whole bunch of my wiring and replaced it with iron or wolframite? Hesitant to use too much iron because I know that I know that's what I want to use lots of. I mean, actually, there's a lot of iron still around. So what if we went metal overlay? That's all copper, so we can see all the pink copper existing in this world. But if I was trying to find the copper, here it is. With small exceptions that are gold. Gold up there too. Well, it's lead. So if I don't need power, like some of these wiring, I can just rip it up. Alright, well, I mean, we're getting close to the end. The end of today will be the end of this video. Let me put that one out there to you. Should I be ripping up a whole bunch of this wiring to gain back some copper? Like this, say this heavy wiring system that runs on the outside. This is all copper. there is a ton of gold and a ton of lead that I can easily see around. Should I be changing this to gold or lead? And if so, which one? What's your vote? Gold or lead? Even if you're not an expert in the game at this point, if you've gone all the way to this point in the video, I support your opinion. I'll wholeheartedly listen to it. Should I rip up the wires? And if yes, should I be ripping it up and putting in iron eyes? I can see there's a bit of iron in there already. Or copper. And it does look like a lot of this this heavier stuff. And I can see that's using 100. I mean, if I was to use any of these ones, I feel like I'd burn through that real quick. So should I go on another expedition to dig up even more iron? And if so, and then use all of that iron to get rid of, let's just say, the heavy wires for now. And have another episode dedicated to reworking my wiring system. It does definitely show you what the merits would be. And look, there's a couple of eggs in here. We are getting to the top of that. This guy is getting to the bottom, so good. So we should sort of finish up at about the same point. Although this guy... Right, this guy's still not doing anything because we've got that copper. Oh, actually, what if I just cancel that? Here's a thought. What if I instead go to this guy and say copy and then pick lead? That's the easy fix for this. Let's just quickly ask a question. That costs 25. Should I go through to that? I mean, it feels like if I'm doing the individuals of those, like, at least I know with the wires, I can just say build over the top of it. Like, I can just remap. So, for example, if I go to some small wiring system in here, let's go wire, say, go to our wire overlay, say this section here. So we can see that small section there is gold connected to copper. If I go into here and I say wire and I say iron, we say gold, I can just do that. And it will just overlay that part. So it's not that I have to remove it and then remember where it was and put it back in. It genuinely will just allow me to build it. We do have these two pots built too. That's probably the last thing we want to address. See, someone got that Glossy Draco egg. Where was that? Up here? No, this one. I mean, feel free to go wrangle that guy too. We went to the effort of getting in there. We may as well let him have a few years of life. And anything else of interest in there? No, not really. All right, so that's the question. Is there a... I mean, I realize that I've solved my own problem about the needing more copper ore by not using copper ore on that particular thing I was building. And yeah, for the rest of it, should I actually actively try and gain back some of my copper ore? Is that something we should focus on? Love to hear it. The questions as well. What do you think about my rocket design? Is that a good idea? I assume it has to have access to space, so I build it underneath the surface of the Earth and then just try and do a mass dig as quick as I can to get rid of all the stuff above it and then fire it. Is that a good idea too? Because definitely, I think by now you'd understand that that's the way that I think. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, I catch you later. See ya.